So he's wanting to steer off to the, want to go off to the right, I'm steering to the left. Let's go back this way. This is Rooster. He came in real stiff through the body and real reactive. His owner wants to use him for versatility ranch horse, to show ranch riding, ranch trail, maybe some cow classes, that kind of thing. So the first things that I've been working on is getting him to soften his body, try to get him to be less reactive. Right now, kind of his go-to is he starts trotting out forward. He'll trot through the bit. You see right there, he kind of got his head up and pushed forward. What I need him to do is relax, because if he's not relaxed, nothing is going to look willfully guided, and then it's not going to score good. It's not going to place good. We've had a lot of rain, so I haven't been able to ride him out here in my big arena very much. So we're out here, he's kind of looking around right there, see how he trotted off. I'm not going to just haul back on him with both reins, because that would get him stiff through the body, which I'm trying to get him more relaxed, less stiff. So if I was to just pull back when he goes to trot off, I would be making that problem worse. So what I want him to do is just kind of relax, walk forward, let me point him someplace, just walk, maintain a nice relaxed speed so his eyes are up and alert, and he's bred for cow work, and he has that alert mind of a cow horse. But even to go start showing cow work, I need certain body control things on him. So it has to start with this no matter what direction we're going in. It has to start with him relaxing, getting softer through the body, and learning how to move off of my legs. Tell you when trotted off, and notice I'm not bringing his head all the way around to my toe. I'm just bringing him into a circle. I don't want to one rein stop him. I don't want to disengage his hind end. I just want to bring him into a circle so that going that speed is harder. Going that speed in that circle is harder, so he wants to come down to a slower speed. Did you find something? Bendel has the tucker? They got the high fat. Okay. See, he's starting to walk out bigger. He's not trotting yet. His ears are all alert. I'm going to go ahead and bring him down into that circle. See right there, I'm pulling him to the right, but his head's looking left. That's some of that stiffness. He needs to soften, give his head when I ask for it. No matter what he wants to look at, he still has to maintain his head position on me. When I go in the show pen with him, no matter what I'm going to show, it doesn't really matter. It can be English, Western, Western pleasure trail, it don't really matter. I can't have him be pulling with one rein and his head be pulling off the other way. That was better there. So I'm going to go ahead and start asking him to trot. And that should, because I'm giving him something to do that's with more effort, and it's pretty hot out here, that should help to bring his mind back to me. Right now, I'm not really doing anything to bring his mind to me, other than when he starts to act on what he sees, I'm saying, hey, let's go over here. So now let's be a little bit more active about giving him something to do, and let's see if his mind will stay on me a little better. I'm going to stay kind of in a big circle in this corner. Let's ask for a trot. So he's wanting to steer off to the, want to go off to the right. I'm steering to the left. Let's go back this way. He's wanting to speed up. I'll kind of half halt a couple times. Came back slow. Let's ask again. When I say ask, I'm just giving him a little squeeze with my calves. I'm not bumping. If he doesn't respond to the squeeze, I'll tick like you heard me do a minute ago. Now let's go forward again. I just got him out of his stall. He was out last night. Started to slow down. I gave him just a little bit of a squeeze. See how he's not really regulating his speed. Now he's wanting to go off to the right. Add a little bit of right calf, left rein. Kind of slippery right there, but if he would have steered, we wouldn't have went there. And notice I'm not hanging on his face. I'll ask for something and then I'll get soft. Ask for something and then get soft. If I just ride the brake to keep him from going faster, I'm not going to be able to progress that. If I'm riding the brake, he's just going to keep pushing harder and harder into it. I have to pull harder and harder back to keep him from speeding up. Steered a little better there. And then it's just going to go downhill and get worse from there. I have my heavy ring snaffle on him. It's just a plain loose ring snaffle, smooth mouth, but it weighs a couple of pounds. Because he's stiff through his body, I don't really want to put a shank bit on him yet, a leverage bit. I would like to for some of this body control stuff that I'm working, but it would be detrimental to getting his body soft at this point. Now, I'm going to start adding a little bit more right rein out here where he's not wanting to steer. Keep his head to the left. Right rein, right leg. Right rein, right leg. I put a little bit of spur on him and he surged forward a little bit. I need control of the shoulders at a trot. He's not wanting to bring his shoulders over. He's wanting to push into them. That's where I need that outside rein and the outside leg. With him being stiff like he is, he needs to get softer to my leg. And right now he just pushes into it. And that's why I need to work spurs. Let's come back down to a walk and let's work on getting him off of that leg. I gotta have all this in order to keep his training progressing and to make him into a ranch horse. You see me work this drill a lot, but this is how this drill applies to what the horse is doing. Right there, the horse, there we go, he got off my right leg. He wasn't steering, and he was pushing into my right leg. So I go in and I slow down. I work that maneuver, and then we'll go back. When I put spur on, he's wanting to speed up. Let's see if I can hold the spur on until I get lateral without speeding up. He's got to learn to move off of the spur with not speeding up. Now I still have my right spur on him. I'm waiting for him to figure it out. And release. It's important. I don't want you to go faster. It's hard right there because he's speeding up to hold that spur on until he slows down, but I have to. Because if I release the spur and then slow him down, then he's going to connect the spur to going faster. I need the spur connected to move over. When I add leg, whether that's with spur or not, there we go. He needs to move over without pushing forward and speeding up, running through the bit. Right rein, right leg, there we go. So what I did there, because he wasn't steering very good at a trot, slow down to a walk, work that cue, right rein, right leg, same drill you seen me work before, but applying it in the training to get his training to progress up to where I need to. Everything is ask for a little bit more. When it falls apart, back up a step, reinforce, and then ask for a little bit more again. So I was asking for him to trot this circle. He was pushing his shoulder out that way. So I dropped back down to a walk, worked on getting him off of my leg with the same exercise that I've already taught him. And now we're going to go back to trot it again. I like that I squeeze with my calves, a little bit of contact, not a lot, but I touched him with my calves. Now let's add some right spur. I want to push through. I like that, back to what I was saying, I like that I kind of touched him with both calves and he didn't trot off right away. Leg, there we go. Wasn't real pretty, but he moved the shoulder over. Leg means move. Doesn't necessarily mean move forward. Doesn't necessarily mean move faster, which is what he's trying to make out of. It means move a body part, move something. There we go. That time he moved the shoulder over off of the rein. Still isn't a very pretty expression in his face. That has to get better for my score to get better. But working in the right direction. Okay, so let's talk about another part of what's going on here. And this is all building his training. We're building from the ground up. So another part of what's going on here is he's pushing with his shoulders in order to push with his face. He's getting the leverage to push with his face by pushing down with his shoulders. And that's a big part of why he's resistant when I put leg on him, because he's losing that leverage to push with his face. So now let's work on taking that leverage away by doing a couple of rollbacks against the fence. We'll do the first one at a walk and go the other way. Now I'm turning his nose into the fence. That's really all. I'm not pulling it all the way to my toe. I'm just pointing it where I want to go. Pulling his nose towards the fence and then pushing with the outside leg after he starts to turn. So nose, leg. That's pretty much what I'm wanting. I want the back end to generally stay still, push into departure, but I want the front end to sweep around. This helps get his body rocked to his back end, get the front end looser. Nose, left leg. A little bit more resistance. I put left leg and you notice it took him a second or so before he swept across. That's because he was pushing with the left leg. He had to get his weight shifted off of it so he could step across. Let's do 2 more turns so I can work that left leg again. So left hand, nose, right leg. That direction is better. And you know, we schooled that direction off of my right leg a minute ago. Probably need to school the left leg a little bit. We might do that in a minute. So nose with my right hand, left leg, right behind the girth, and push. There we go. Added a little bit of extra pressure there. Let's go ahead and school this left leg a little bit. There we go. So I want to put enough pressure so that he don't go forward, he don't go faster forward. And I'd really like to slow him down a little bit, and then he'll give me a better step over to the right. Notice this time I've taken some of his leverage away with his front feet, and look how his head position is different because I've worked a couple of rollbacks and I got some of the weight off of his front end. Let's work one more. Left leg, left rein. There we go. Okay, so now let's go up to, now that hopefully I can steer in a circle, let's see if we can, at a trot, let's see if we can do a couple of trot the circle and add a couple rollbacks. See how everything we do, we keep stepping up the level, next step up, and if this falls apart, we'll go back down and we will work whatever part of his body's not working. So I'm just going to turn to the fence, right rein, left leg, trot out. Steer this way. Steer, so he's trying to push out. That's that left leg that he was pushing on a minute ago. Right leg. Now you see that stop starting to develop? Right hand, and go. I'm putting the leg on about 2 steps before he actually trots out. I'm trying to get him to push out with his back end in that departure, but since he is so forward already, I'm not kicking him out of it like I would if he was a lazier horse. Leg, get your shoulder over. Let's do another circle. That was better. Let's do one more. So when we show ranch riding, ranch trail, at some point there's going to be trot circles. That trot circle is going to be developing right there. Left hand, right leg lead. And we need this trot circle right here to be nice, because this is what we're going to be showing later. He has a shoulder poked out too much there, he's going to have a shoulder poked out too much in the show pen. Gotta show he poked the shoulder out, and he steered, but he steered with the shoulder out. That's going to have to develop into something better. That's that resistance that has to get better. Let's do right hand against the fence again. Left leg and trot out. There, that was a better trot out. He trotted out of the turn, didn't surge, didn't lunge. That's that push in the back end starting to develop. Right there, every time he stumbles, there's nothing wrong with his feet. That's the first thing people are going to say. He's stumbling, something wrong. No, he's not. That is him pushing with his front feet to get the leverage to push on the bridle. He softens his face on the bridle. He's going to soften his shoulders, and that stumbling's going to go away. And go. I hear people make comments all the time. Oh, you need to get a vet out. You need to get that checked. No, I don't need to get that checked. That is part of the development of the horse to move correctly. That was a fly. Flag and go. Still a little bit late leaving, but I'm not going to push him out any harder. I'm not going to spur harder. Not going to send him out any harder until I get this resistance in the shoulders better. So this is Rooster. I'll continue with his training so you can see how he progresses. Until next time, thank you for watching.